Good evening and welcome to Stratford High School for Marywood Conference South Boys Basketball tonight as the Stratford Tigers host the Assumption Royals. Well, something's going to have to give tonight. Both teams are coming in with several losses in a row for each of them. Stratford losing 5 of their last 6 games, and the Royals have lost 5 in a row coming into tonight's action. Stratford Tigers at 4-5 overall and 2-3 in the Marywood Conference South action. The Assumption Royals at 3-6 are also 2-3 in Conference South, Marywood Conference South basketball. The Stratford Tigers had a holiday tournament here that they hosted, losing to Owen-Withee, who went on to win the tournament as they defeated Bangor in the championship. Stratford lost to Owen-Withee in game 1, 62-48, and then the following night in the consolation game, lost to the Wausau East Lumberjacks by a score of 72-68. The last 2 games out for the Royals played a very good Stevens Point Pacelli game to a 67-57 overtime loss, and then followed that up with a tough loss to Almond Bancroft last week, 69-61. So coming into tonight, both teams are looking to get off the schneid, get back into the win column. Tonight's, I would say both teams are fairly comparable in size. That's been Stratford's downfall so far this season coming in to Marywood Conference play. Lack of height inside on defense has caused them to give up lots of inside points. At this time, we're going to take a quick timeout from our sponsors. You're listening to Marywood Conference South Basketball here on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
All right, we're back here at Stratford High School prior to the opening tip-off between the Assumption Royals and the Stratford Tigers. Taking a look at the Assumption Royals, as I said, they come into tonight's game at 3-6 overall and 2-3 in the Marywood South. Assumption's averaging 56 points per game and giving up 61 points per game. The 5 starters for the Assumption Royals: Francis Maytott at 7.8 points per game. Ryan Shaw, the leading scorer for the Royals, at 15.8. Blake Loebner, 8.8 points per game. Nick Lieberg, 7.1 points per game. And Cade Stats at 3.3 points per game. The Royals are shooting 33% from the field, 53% from the free throw line, and the three-point shots hitting at a 30% clip. So having some troubles getting the ball in the basket. Leading scorer Ryan Shaw is by far their best outside scorer thus far in the season for the Royals, but not much scoring, on the inside for the Royals. All right, we're going to take another quick word from our sponsors, and then take a look at the Stratford Tigers. You're listening to Marywood Conference South Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Now more than ever, it's crucial for your business to be able to ship your products safely and efficiently, both near and far. Purple Mountain Solutions is your local specialist for logistics and supply chain management in both public and private sectors. Bringing years of leadership, excellent attention to detail, and a dedication to the job at hand is what keeps Purple Mountain Solutions the leader in transportation, logistics, supply chain management, and warehousing. Get your products right where they need to be and put your trust in a business you can trust. Purple Mountain Solutions.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. There are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information.
Over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talent and expertise of big city dentistry with a hometown feel. With our multi-specialty staff and board-certified periodontist, orthodontist, and pediatric dentist, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has solutions for our patients of all ages from 1 to 100. We take pride in being in-network with an array of insurance companies to meet the needs of our community and our patients. No matter what your dental need, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield will be there for you.
All right, back once again at Stratford High School. Dan Leonard along with my producer tonight, Gavin Zolik. We thank you for joining us here on Zaleski Sports for Marywood Conference South Boys Basketball this evening. Taking a look at the Stratford Tigers, coming to tonight's game with an overall record of 4 wins and 5 losses. They are also 2-3 in the Marywood South for head coach Kurt Schmidt, averaging 55.9 points per game and giving up 55.7 points a game. Tigers currently shooting 56% field goal percentage from the floor, 44% field goal percentage from the floor, 62% from the free throw line, and shooting 3-point shots at a clip of 26%. Starters tonight for the Stratford Tigers, leading scorer number 4, senior Ashton Wrench, averaging 15.7 points per game. At the other guard is senior Braden Schiller, averaging 12.1 points per game. Another guard, 5'10" senior, averaging 6.2 points per game, is John Seitz. And up front, they have 5'11", averaging 4 points per game, is Isaiah Hadlock. And the fifth scorer and starter for tonight is number 23, 6'1" junior Brady Schmidt, averaging 5.1 points per game. At this time, we'll take a quick message from some of our sponsors here. Heartland Farms is the 5th generation potato and vegetable farm, producing many varieties of chipping potatoes and currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. They are the cream of the crop in the potato farming business. Learn more at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. Stone Innovations, it's the Winter Blitz sale at Stone Innovations. With a purchase of a new countertop, get a free installed stainless steel sink or 10% off backsplash and labor. And check out our discounts on flooring. The Winter Blitz offer is only at Stone Innovations. All right, we're just about set here for the national anthem along with the starting lineups here at Stratford High School. Both teams getting their final warm-ups in before we do the player introductions. Stratford coming in, losers of 5 of their last 6 games. Assumption Royals have lost their last 5 games in a row. Stratford's upcoming schedule after tonight, on Friday night, they have a boys-girls doubleheader at Abbotsford. Next Tuesday night, they'll travel to Wausau to take on a very strong Wausau Newman team. And then these same two teams battle again next Friday at Wisconsin Rapids Assumption on the 13th of January. The Royals, meanwhile, are also on the road Friday night. They'll travel to Rib Lake for the Marywood Conference crossover game. Next Tuesday, they take on the Marathon Raiders. And then, as I mentioned earlier, next Friday night, they'll take on the Stratford Tigers at Assumption High School. At this time, we're going to stand for the national anthem and let the public address announcer handle it from here.
Tonight's Marywood South matchup features the Assumption Royals and the Stratford Tigers. Stratford High School welcomes all players and fans to both schools. Stratford High School, Assumption High School, and the WIAA require sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege, with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. To enjoy with their respect while in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. At this time, as those are able to, please stand, remove your hat, and place your hand over your heart as we honor America, those currently defending our freedom, and all veterans with the playing of the national anthem. Thank you to all former, current, and future. And now, starting lineup for the visiting Royals. Okay, we're going to run Purdue first play. We'll put you in the second screen. A 6-foot senior, number Frank Manta. A 5'10" senior, number 3, Brian Shaw. A 6'2" senior, number 20, Blake Wagner. A 6'2" senior, number 23, Paige Stocks. And a 6' senior, number 24, Nick Lever. Coached by Josh Paul, he is assisted by Greg John Jason Smith, and Brad Paul. And now, Tiger fans, let's hear you make some noise, because here are your Stratford Tigers. Starting at guard, 6'1" senior, number 1, Braden Schiller. Starting at guard, 5'6" senior, number 2, John Sutton. Starting at guard, 5'10" senior, number 4, Axton Red. Starting at guard, 6' senior, number 22, Isaiah Hadlock. And starting at guard, 6'1" junior, number
just about set here for opening tip. Both teams looking to get back on the winning track. Both teams, Assumption with 5 losses in a row. Stratford lost 5 of their last 6 in their last 2. Jumping for the Tigers would be Schiller against Nick Lieberg. Opening tap controlled by the Tigers. Wrench will bring it across. Tigers will set up their motion offense. Here's Schmidt. Get the headlock. Wrench looking inside for the cutter. Here's the cut by Schmidt. Hard to the basket. Shot up. Hard off the backboard. No good. Rebound comes down to Maytot. Royals set up. Tigers in a man-to-man defense. Here's the pass inside to Lieberg. Back out to Stats. Lieberg holding it. Closely guarded by Hadlock. Here's Shaw. Gives it up to Lobner. Lobner's shot rolls around the rim and good, no good. Rebound controlled by the Tigers. Hadlock with the rebound gives it up to Schiller, and Schiller brings it across. Hand off to Wrench. Tigers set up their offense. Pass in the corner to Seitz. Seitz looking to penetrate to the lane. Kicks it out to Schiller. Schiller stops at the free throw line. Puts a shot up. Good. Braden Schiller with the first 2 points of tonight's game. 16-footer just beyond the free throw line. Puts the Tigers on the board. 2-0 here early. Royals bring it down. Here's Maytot looking for the pick and roll. Pass inside to Stats. And we got a travel called on the Tigers after a intercepted pass. It'll be the Royals' ball underneath their own basket. 16:38 remaining here in the opening half. Stratford 2, Assumption 0. Here's Shaw. Kicks it out to Maytot. Long three-pointer is good. Francis Maytot. Long three. Puts the Royals on the board and in the lead at 3-2. Tigers bring it across. Wrench setting up the offense. There's the pass to Schmidt. In the corner to Schiller. Schiller looking for the cutter. Skips it across the Hadlock. Cuts through the lane. Nothing there. Now here's his pass back to Wrench. Looks to penetrate. Not there. Kick three-pointer by Brady Schmidt is good. Brady Schmidt with his first 3 points of the night. Puts Stratford back on top. 5-3. 15:50 remaining here in the opening half. Marywood Conference boys basketball. Here's the pass inside to Stats. Goes up strong and no good, but he was fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. Foul's going to be on Seitz. It's John's first personal foul, first team foul. Going to the free throw line, Cade Stats. Cade on the season is a 54% free throw shooter. First shot is up, no good. Here's the second shot. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Schiller for the Tigers. Gives it to Wrench. Pass to Hadlock. Gives it to Ashton. Ashton looking inside to Schiller. Schiller trying to set his guy up. Spins to the outside. Takes a shot. Good. Braden Schiller for 2. Puts the Tigers on the board. Leading 7-3. Here's Lieberg. Looking to penetrate. Nothing there. Gives it back to Stats. Another long three-pointer. This time by Maytot. No good. Rebounded by the Royals. Pass inside. Stolen away by Schmidt. Tigers setting up their motion offense. Here's this pick and roll, nothing there. Pass to Brady Schmidt, another three-pointer, good. Brady Schmidt 2 for 2 at the three-point line. Tigers jump out to a quick 10-3 lead, 14:35 remaining here in the first half. Here's Maytot, working hard against Seitz. Nothing there. Kicks it back out to Stats. Hand off to Shaw. Shaw's being guarded by Hadlock. Here's a pass on the pick and roll, intercepted by the Tigers. Ashton Wrench on the breakout, takes it strong to the hole, goes up, misses the layup. Rebound is controlled finally by Seitz after rolling on the ground. Back to Schiller. Kick back to Hadlock. Here's Seitz. Seitz' three-point shot up. That's good. John Seitz with 3. And we got a quick timeout by the Royals. And with the timeout, we'll take a quick word from our sponsors. You're listening to Marywood Conference South Boys Basketball on Zaleski Sports. All right, we're back at Stratford High School. Assumption with a quick timeout. Stratford 13, the Assumption Royals 3, 13-54. Tigers are getting off to a quick start, hitting their first three-point attempts. 2 by Brady Schmidt and 1 by Seitz. Here are the Royals. Here's Maytot. Back underneath to Lobner. Hands it back to Schlafer. Goes hard to the basket. Shots up. No good. Rebound to Schiller. Gives it to Wrench. Seitz. We have an over-the-back violation against the Tigers. Turnover gives the ball back to the Royals. 13:28 remaining in the first half. Stratford with a 13-3 lead here. Here's Wiedmeyer. Gives it back to Maytot. Maytot to Shaw. Shaw looking to drive against Seitz. Nothing there. Gives it back to Wiedmeyer. Here's the pass. Almost out of bounds. Picked up by Maytot. Wiedmeyer. Now back to Schlafer. Schlafer gives it to Shaw. Making a move on Seitz. Nice move. Up for 2. Ryan Shaw. The Royals leading scorer at 15.8 points per game with his first 2 on the evening, making it 13-5 in favor of the Tigers. Here's the pass to Seitz. Hard dribble, looking to penetrate, not there. Gives it to Wrench, back to Schiller. Schiller, Seitz, into Henry Zaleski into the game now for the Tigers. Gives it back to Wrench. Here's the pass to Schiller. Schiller's three-pointer up, no good. Rebound to Matt Hadlock, no good. Kick back to Wrench, who misses the 3. Now gives it to Seitz. His three-pointer way off mark. And finally controlled by Ryan Shaw for the Royals. He's on the bust out, takes it to the basket. Blocked by Seitz. Gives it ahead to Schiller. Schiller takes it to the basket, stops. Free throw baseline, no good. And there's Wrench on the other side for the cleanup. Not sure what happened, but we have a technical foul against the bench. Braden Schiller going to the line to shoot the technical on the Assumption bench. His first free throw is up, no good. Schiller's 80% free throw shooter on the year. First shot was no good. Here's the second one up, line drive, and that's no good. After the technical, it should be Stratford basketball. A couple more subs in the game. Drew Brucewood's checking in, along with Brady Schmidt checking back in for the Tigers. It'll be Tigers basketball. Drew Brusewitz brings it across, gives it to Seitz. Looking for Wrench, cutting across, not there. Papa at the top of the key, now over to Brady Schmidt. Brady with another long three-pointer. That's good. Brady 3 for 3 from the three-point line. 9 points here in the first half. Puts Stratford on the board 18-5. Here's a pass underneath to Shaw. Goes up with the layup. No good. Tipped off the body of Shaw, and it'll be the Tigers basketball. Nice play by Zaleski. Knocking it off of Shaw of the Royals. Gives the Tigers the ball. 18-5. Stratford leading. 11:40 remaining here in the first half. Royals now picking up in a full court man-to-man press. Drew Brusewitz brings it across for the Tigers. Gives it to Wrench. Looks for the cutter, not there. Kicks back to Brusewitz, now over to Seitz. Seitz looking inside to Zaleski, not there. Kicks it out to Brady Schmidt. Now Brusewitz into corner to Zaleski. Tigers playing catch around the top of the perimeter. Pass outside to Wrench. Looks to penetrate, nothing there. Back to Seitz. Seitz two-pointer. No good. Offensive rebound controlled by Zaleski. He kicks it back out to Brusewitz. Here's Ashton Wrench. Looking inside for the cutter. Now here's the pass inside to Seitz. Gives it to Zaleski. Zaleski takes it. A basket. Good. Nice pass by Seitz to Henry Zaleski. For Zaleski's first 2 points of the night, it's 20-5 Tiger lead. 10:45 remaining here in the first half. Here's Schlafer in the corner, looking inside to Lieberg. Nothing there. Skips it back out to Shaw, and over his head, I'm going to have a turnover against the Royals. A couple more substitutions for the Tigers. Hadlock and Schiller back in for the Tigers. The Stratford ball underneath their own basket. Brusewitz inbounds for the Tigers. Goes back to Schiller. Here's Brady Schmidt. Schiller gives it back to Brusewitz. The Tigers set up their offense. Here's Brady Schmidt. Another three-pointer. Good. Brady Schmidt's on fire. 4 for 4 from the three-point land here in the first half. 12 points for Brady, putting the Tigers on top 23-5. Here's Lieberg, gives it to Shaw. Schlafer taking a three-pointer. Off the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by the Tigers. Schmidt gives it to Brusewitz. Up court to Hadlock. Hadlock with a three-pointer. That's good. Isaiah Hadlock with a three-pointer. 26-5 Stratford lead. Here's the penetration by Wiedmeyer. Kicks it out. Three-pointer by Lobner is no good. Tigers control. Quickly up the court. Here's the pass up to Zaleski. Back to Brusewitz. Gives it to Schiller. Back to Brusewitz. Tigers going to set up their offense. Gives it to Schiller. Skip pass to Brusewitz. Kicks it back out to Zaleski. Here's Schiller. Schiller with a long three-pointer. Off the rim, no good. Rebound to Schlafer. Brings it up into the front court for the Royals. Takes it to the baseline. Inside to Lieberg. Kicks it back outside. Lobner with a three-pointer. No good. Rebound controlled by Schiller for the Tigers. Up to Brady Schmidt. Brady takes it to the hole. Loses control. Gives it back out to Zaleski. Zaleski with the three-pointer. That's off the rim. No good. Fouls a shot, and we got a foul. Fouls against Zaleski. That's Henry's first personal, second team foul. Tried to go after his own missed shot. Run a guy over. Assumption basketball. Stratford with a 26-5 lead here. 8:55 remaining in the first half. Here's Wiedmeyer bringing it across, looking to penetrate. Kicks it back outside to Maytot. Maytot's shot. Good from the wing. 2-point shot for Maytot. He now is up to 5 points on the night. Royals once again in a full court man-to-man press. Schiller brings it across, takes it hard to the hole. Goes up strong, no good. Rebound comes off to Hadlock. Hadlock's shot is good. Isaiah with 5 points on the evening. Here's Schlafer down to the baseline. Kicks it back outside to Maytot. Maytot driving against Brusewitz, not there. Gives it back to Lieberg. Lieberg to Schlafer. To the baseline. Back outside. Now cross-court pass to Wiedmeyer. Gives it to Maytott at the top of the key. Makes a drive. Kicks it out to Schlafer. Three-pointer up. No good. Rebound controlled by Hadlock for the Tigers. Gives it to Bruzewicz, and he brings it across the timeline. The Tigers will set up their offense. Here's a shot. Pass to Schiller. Now in the corner to Hadlock. Here's a cut. Nice hard to the basket by Schmidt, and he's fouled. Nice cut by Brady Schmidt. Fouls on Livernash. His first personal. First team foul. To the free throw line is Brady Schmidt. His first free throw is up and good. Brady at 60% on the year from the free throw line for the Tigers. 13 points for Brady here in the first half. Tigers 29, Royals 7. Here's the second free throw by Brady, up and good. 30-7. Wiedmeyer brings it across for the Royals. Kicks it back outside to Maytott. Maytott's three-pointer is up and good. Long three-pointer, Francis Maytott. He's got 8 points. Makes it 30-10. Peyton Glenn into the game for Tiger. Gives it to Seitz. Now over to Hadlock. Wrench on the cut. Nothing there. At the top of the key. Gives it to Peyton Glenn. Kicks it out to Seitz. Now inside to Brady Schmidt. Brady's posting this guy up. Goes up strong. Shots up. No good. Rebound controlled by Hadlock. Kicks it back to Wrench. Gives it back to Seitz. Nice pass quickly to Schmidt. Schmidt underneath to Peyton Glenn. Tigers spreading it around. Here's Brady Schmidt, three-pointer. This time it's an air ball. Forced one. Didn't draw iron. At 6:57 remaining here in the first half. Tigers 30, Royals 10. Here's Schlafer bringing across, driving all the way to the basket. We're going to have a foul call on Peyton Glenn. That'll be the Tigers' third team foul. Royals ball underneath their own basket. Shaw inbounds it for the Royals. Gives it back to Maytott. Schlafer swings it quickly to the other side to Shaw. Shaw drives to the baseline. Nothing there. Gives it back to Livernash. Seitz tries to steal it and knocks it off of Livernash and out of bounds. It'll be Tigers basketball. Seitz still inbounds it. Gives it to Wrench. Shaw guarding him. Full court pressure. Gives it to Glenn. Now back to Seitz. Schiller. Tigers playing catch around the perimeter. Nothing there. Here's Breton. Back to Ashton. Ashton takes this guy baseline, goes strong, and now we're going to have a foul called against J.T. Schlafer. That's his first personal. Second team foul. Back into the game for the Royals is Nick Lieberg, replacing Walker Livernash. Tigers inbounds underneath their own basket. Seitz to inbounds for the Tiger. Gives it to Wrench. Wrench goes up strong. Blocked. Kicks it back to Schiller. Braden's long three-pointer out. Rolls around the rim. No good. Rebound to Lieberg. Brings it up strong. Goes all the way coast to coast and shots up and good. Nick Lieberg with his first 2 points of the night. Royals cut the deficit to 18 at 30-12. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half at Stratford High School. Marywood Conference South basketball. Here's Wrench holding it on the top. Gives it to Seitz. Peyton Glenn cuts. Tigers working it around the perimeter. Gives it to Schiller. Schiller step back. Nothing there. Gives it to Seitz. Looking inside for Cutter. Wrench has got it. Working his way guy down. Shots up. No good. Rebound controlled by Maytott. Maytott brings it across the timeline for the Royals. Gives it to Shaw. Shaw working against Seitz. Here's a screen in a row, not there. Gives it to Stats. Stats back to Shaw. Takes it baseline, goes up strong, and basket's good. Nice drive by Ryan Shaw. Up to 4 points on the night. Royals cut the deficit to 16. Here's Ashton Wrench bringing it up against Shaw. Cross-court pass to Schiller. Tigers set up their offense. Give it to Hadlock on the right wing. No cutter open. Gives it to Peyton Glenn. Back to Schiller. Ashton Wrench looking for a cutter. Nothing there. Gives it to Hadlock. Trying to get it inside to Schiller. Posting up his man. And we're going to have the ball go out of bounds. Deflected by a Schlafer. It'll be Stratford basketball underneath their own basket. Zaleski and Bruzewitz back into the game for the Tigers. Here's the inbounds pass to Schiller. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Rebound controlled by Stats. Gives it to Maytop. Royals have knocked 4 points off the Stratford 20-point lead, now down to 16. Here's Shaw. Kick back to Maytot. Long three-pointer, no good. Wrench with the rebound for the Tigers. Quickly up court. Pass to Schiller. In the corner to Bruzewitz. Bruzewitz drives the baseline. We're going to have a foul on Lieberg. His first personal, third team foul against the Royals. Bruzewitz to inbounds for the Tigers. 4:09 remaining here in the first half. Stratford 30, Assumption 14. Here's the pass to Wrench, goes hard to the basket, shots up and good. Nice running shot by Ashton Wrench. Ashton's now up to 4 points on the night. Takes the Tiger lead back to 18 at 32-14. Here's Ryan Shaw to Lieberg. Pass in the corner to Schlafer, trying to dribble around the baseline. Pass inside. Shaw goes up hard, and he's fouled. Falls on Stratford's Seitz, his second personal. Fourth team foul against Stratford. Ryan Shaw goes to the line. Ryan's attempted 65 free throws already, first 9 games of the season. 49% shooter at the line. Here's the first free throw up. No good. Couple subs in there, two for the Assumption Royals, one for the Tigers. 3:40 remaining. Stratford 32, Assumption Royals 14. Here's the second free throw up, and that one's good by Ryan Shaw. Here's Bruzewitz working against the double team. Gives it to Schiller. Braden kicks it back to Wrench. Looking for a cutter. Two guys end up in the same spot. Brings it back out to Wrench, and the Tigers reset their offense. Here's Zaleski working against Lieberg. Pass back to Wrench. Shots up way too hard. Rebound controlled by Lieberg for the Royals. Takes it hard to the basket, and we're going to have an offensive foul called on Lieberg. That's his second personal foul. And we're going to take a commercial break here as the Tigers call a timeout with 3:15 remaining in the first half. You're listening to Marywood Conference Boys South Basketball here on Zaleski Sports.
Did you know you can start your 4-year degree locally and get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams, saving you money, and giving you a well-rounded academic and social experience with student housing, clubs, sports, and leadership opportunities. With NTC's liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison, North Central Technical College. Transferability made easy.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
All right, we're back here at Stratford High School after a Tiger timeout. 3:15 remaining in the first half. Stratford with a 17-point lead at 32-15. Assumption in their full court man-to-man press. French brings it across. Tigers set it up, get it underneath to Braden Schiller. Schiller gives it back to Wrench. Wrench, nothing there. Kicks it back to Brady Schmidt. Brady's three-pointer up. Rolls around the rim, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Schiller. And Schiller goes up with the shot, and he's going to be fouled by Ryan Shaw. Schiller goes to the line for 2 free throws. He's 0 for 2 at the line so far tonight. Here's his free throw up and good. 5 points on the evening so far for Braden. 2:55 remaining in the first half. Here's the second free throw up. That's straight through. 34-15, Stratford 19-point lead. Here's Ryan Shaw on penetration. Kicks it back to Maytot. Now to Stats. Gives it back to Maytot. Looking to drive. Goes to the basket. Goes up hard. Shots no good. Rebound controlled by the Royals. Here's Shaw. Goes to the hoop. Nothing there. Loose ball controlled by Zaleski. Gives it to Bruzewicz, and the Tigers bringing it into the front court. Gives it back to Schiller. Schiller step back three-pointer. Short off the front of the rim. Controlled by Lobner. Gives it down to Shaw. Shaw gives it to Maytot. And Maytot's layup is good. Francis Maytot now with 10 points in the first half. Here's Bruzewicz. Brings it across. Tigers set up their offense. Here's Zaleski. Gives it back to Schiller. Schiller looking for the cutter. Nothing there. Gives it back to Zaleski. Dribbles to the lane. Gives it back to Wrench. Wrench goes hard to the hole. Goes up strong. Nothing there. Gets his rebound up and good. Ashton Wrench. 6 points now in the first half. Tigers lead up to 19. Here's Shaw. Kicks it back to Nate Tott in the corner. Shot is no good. The Royals give it underneath. There's a shot by Wiedmeyer. No good, but going to have a foul against the Tigers. Brady Schmidt with his first personal foul. Tigers' 5th team foul here in the first half. Going to the line for 2 free throws, Jack Wiedmeyer. His first shot's up, no good. So far in the season, Jack's been to the line 5 times, 1 for 5. Here's his second free throw up. Front of the rim and rolls in. Tigers ball, 1:30 remaining in the first half. 36-18. Here's Wrench, gives it back to Schiller. Bruzewicz looking for the cutter. Wrench coming through the lane. Here's a kick back to Zaleski. Zaleski takes it to the hole. Nothing there. Gives it back to Braden Schiller. No good. Zaleski with the rebound. Gives it back to Bruzewicz. Bruzewicz gives it to Wrench. Tigers in their motion offense. Wrench. Here's Zaleski. Gives it back to Ashton. Braden. Looking to take it possibly baseline. Nothing there. Tigers working their offense. Here's a cutter. Nothing there. Schiller. Bruzewicz. Bruzewicz takes it this time. Goes to the hole. Not there. Kicks it back to Schiller. Schiller goes hard to the hole. Shots up. No good. Rebound controlled by Shaw. Brings it down to the front court. Three-pointer by Wiedmeyer is good. Jack Wiedmeyer, 3-point shot from the basket. 15-point lead. 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. Tigers are going to play for 1. Tigers call timeout here with 16.2. We'll keep it here. Your business go-to for both public and private warehousing and product delivery. Purple Mountain Solutions is your shipping. You can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently. Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business now hiring for both their Weston and Wozenee locations with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com. Stratford 36, Assumption 21. 16.2 remaining on the clock here at halftime. Before halftime, Stratford with a timeout. Set up a play here right before halftime. Bruisewitz to inbounds it for the Tigers. Gives it to Ashton. Now down to 10. Here's a kickback, skip pass to Wrench, nothing there. Gives it to Bruisewitz. Now Brady Schmidt. Brady takes a three-pointer, good. Brady Schmidt, 5 3-pointers in the first half, 17 points in the first half. Tigers go into halftime break, 39-21 lead. We'll take a quick message from your sponsors. You're listening to Merriwood Conference Boys Action here on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Today's Coach on the Couch is sponsored by Fleet Farm. Get the lowest Black Friday pricing at Fleet Farm. Find deals on FleetFarm.com starting at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, visiting today with Stratford boys basketball coach Kurt Schmidt. Coach, before we begin, just remind the audience how many years you've been coaching basketball at Stratford and what in the world keeps you coming back every year?
I believe this is my 25th year of coaching total girls and boys basketball at Stratford. And what keeps me coming back, it's the kids. I keep having good kids, good parents every year overall. And you know, you're not always the most talented always, but they want to get better. They play hard. And as long as they play hard and want to get better and want to be coachable, I'll keep coming back.
Yeah, your team last year seemed like it was coachable. I could see that they got better each week. You ended the season in a sectional semifinal. For most teams, that's a really successful season. What you're a teacher. What kind of grade would you put on last year's basketball team?
Well, I think preseason yearbook we were fourth, I think, picked, right? And then to be first place till the very last game of the regular season, this group really exceeded my expectations. Now, I don't say that, every coach wants to say that possibly because it makes them look better. That's really not true. That's not how I feel. I had kids that, I had a decent number that weren't scorers, but the ones I had, they just did a great job. And then the other kids just did a really good job. They did their roles so well. They all accepted the role. It was like a symphony orchestra where you had the tuba player, the drummer, and everything just worked together well. You had your scorers that were able, you had a really good player come off the bench. Braden Schuler could have started all year. He gave up, he sacrificed what could have been a starter, just for the betterment of the team, stuff like that. So he was our third leading scorer and he came off the bench. And part of that is, you start really good defensive players. You might start a really good rebounder, a good ball handler. So everybody has a role. This team just did an outstanding job. If you were to tell me we're going to be 22-5 to finish the year, and then we competed really hard with Iola till the very end of that game, and they were undefeated. It was a fun group to coach.
I'll give you one last chance to say thanks to the seniors from last year's team. You know, no matter what, every year the seniors that graduate or that leave your program, they leave such a mark on the program overall. So tell us about last year's group of seniors.
Well, they, you know, and there was, I think we had 8 of them, so I won't mention them by name, but because I don't want to forget one. But as a whole, they just did. And you got to remember too, we were first in the state academically with this group. You know, we ended up being WBCA first for the highest GPA. That says a lot, you know. But they played hard, worked hard, and they were very, very unselfish. So they're definitely one of the highs that I've had for all the years that I've coached, and I've had a lot of them. But they were up there as a very, very high achieving, great group, low drama, work hard type group.
You mentioned last year the 22-5 mark, the playoff run. Before we talk about this year's season, which is what we're really here to do, let's talk about computerized seating. I just have one question for you, just your overall take on it, because when a lot of people looked at last year's result, you were the 2 seed. Marathon was the 3, even though in a singular way, Marathon swept you on the season and you had happened to lose to Colby late in the year. But a computerized program like that takes into account your entire season, not just one game. Your thoughts on computerized seating?
Well, I liked it. If I was Marathon, I wouldn't have appreciated it at the time because they're a very, very good program. They legitimately beat us twice. Now, obviously, they were tight games, but computer doesn't really, I don't think it really considers all that. It was odd to me because when you called me, I was at practice. And I was shocked. I didn't watch because we had practice, so I wasn't watching like a watch, which I apologize for that. But you know, and Adam does a really good job, and I could see that would have been disappointing if I would have been on his end too. But at the same time, we do have a very difficult non-conference schedule, just like we do this year. You know, we played Bangor last year, state runner-ups, I think, Division 5, I think. Mosinee was a really good team last year. We beat them at our place. We beat Wausau East, big school. So we had a tough schedule, and I think it does. And we have on this year. We actually added Medford to our schedule. Medford is very, very good program, very difficult to beat. So we have Mosinee again. We have Neillsville. Neillsville does a good job. So we have a good conference schedule, and part of that is, you know, we might take some off the chin, but I think it helps the computer seeding is having a difficult schedule. I think if you win all your games and the opponents aren't the best, I think that almost might hurt you a little bit. I'm not an expert with it, but it just kind of seems like it looks into that a little bit.
We on this side are close to being experts on it. Yeah, you're exactly right. Strength of schedule is the #1 factor. The computer doesn't take into account single game performances or margin of victory or anything like that. And that's a lot for people to have gotten used to, and most still haven't gotten used to how this new and now no longer new, but how the process works. All right, let's preview this year's team. You've been with the guys at practice now for a while. What's maybe
I
one?
have? Are you sure I have?
I hope so.
We haven't started yet. Remember, football just finished yesterday. We start practice this Monday, but I know them well enough, so yeah, I'm just splitting hairs with you.
Tell us about your thoughts, your impressions coming into this now new group of Stratford Tigers boys basketball players.
I'm excited because once again, I feel like I'm blessed with good kids that want to be here. I can't even imagine, you know, going and playing with all the pressure of a football state playoffs and then winning it all, and you're banged up a little bit, and then the thought of starting a very kind of physically difficult season for the next 4 months, I can't even imagine kind of what that does mentally. So they're going to have some time off too. So, and I told them, when you come back, just be ready to come back. If you need an extra day or two or whatever to heal, and even mentally just kind of get recharged. You know, I'm looking at the long ball of the season. I'm not looking for the short game. I'm not looking to, let's rush you in here, and then there's a little resentment and you're burned out a little bit. So, but at the same time, the show goes on too. The longer you take your time getting back, the harder it is to compete. We decided to keep our first game against Greenwood. We lost their scrimmage, obviously, but being a non-conference game, that's kind of why last year we moved the Assumption game so we could put a non-conference game, because now we'll treat it like a scrimmage. So we're going to keep that. We'll have enough program practices then by starting Monday, and not everybody will be in Monday, but eventually when everybody comes in, it'll be exciting to do. And I appreciate your kind words of seeing our guys improve, because you follow a lot of sports, you're very observant, and you are absolutely right. They improved constantly.
All right, we're back here live at Stratford High School, taking a look at the first half statistics. First of all, for the Assumption Royals, they're led in scoring by Francis Maytott, 10 points. Ryan Shaw had 5 points. Jack Wiedmeyer, 4 points. And Nick Lieberg with 2. For the Stratford Tigers, the story of the first half was the 3-point shooting from Brady Schmidt. 5 3-pointers, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 17 first half points for Brady. Tigers also got 6 points from Braden Schiller, 6 points from Ashton Wrench, 5 points from Isaiah Hadlock, 3 points from John Seitz, and 2 points from Henry Zaleski for a total of 39. Just about set for the start of our second half. Stratford with a 39-21 lead here, headed into the second half. It'll be Royals basketball to start the second half. Dan Leonard along with Gavin Zolik, Stratford High School, for Marewood Conference Boys South basketball. Here's the inbounds pass, and the second half is underway. Shaw brings it across. Kick out, looking inside to Lieberg, stolen away by Seitz. Gives it to Schiller. Braden gives it back to Brady Schmidt into Wrench. Wrench looking, nothing there. Kicks it back to Braden. Hand off to Wrench. Tigers set up their offense. Seitz gives it to Brady Schmidt. Brady looking for a cutter. Gives it back to Hadlock. Here's Schiller. Schiller inside to Brady. Off balance, shot up, no good. Tipped out of and controlled by Shaw. Shaw brings it quickly into the front court, takes it all the way to the basket. Left-handed layup up and good. Ryan Shaw, 7 points on the evening. Cuts the lead down to 39-23. Just underway to second half. Here's Brady Schmidt driving baseline, gives it to Hadlock. Hadlock's layup up and good. Nice bounce pass by Brady Schmidt to Hadlock. Maytott with the foul, his first personal, first team foul in the second half for the Royals. Here's the free throw by Hadlock, up and through. Isaiah up to 8 points, averaging 4.1 coming into tonight's game. Here's Ryan Shaw, looking to set up, closely guarded by the Tigers. Here's a kick back to Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer shot up, good. Excuse me, that was Lobner. Lobner with his first basket of the night. A 3-pointer. Cuts it down to 16. Here's Wrench all the way to basket. And we're going to have a foul. Foul's on Shaw. His second personal. Going to the line, Ashton Wrench for the Tigers. Ashton shooting 68% from the free throw line. Misses his first attempt. Here's the second one. That's up. Rolls around the rim. Falls off the front of the rim. Controlled by Lieberg. Stolen away by Seitz. Tries to get it to Hadlock and throws it out of bounds. It'll be Royals basketball. Nice steal by Seitz, but he lost his balance and threw it out of bounds. Royals ball. Here's Blake Lobner. Gives it back to Shaw. Pass inside to Lieberg. Can't handle it. Turnover against the Royals. Stratford ball. Royals in their full court man-to-man. Give it to Wrench. Wrench takes it hard, gives it to Hadlock. Back to Brady Schmidt. Layup up good. Nice teamwork. Nice passing. Hadlock to Brady Schmidt. Brady's up to 19 points for the night. Here's a pass in the corner to Loebner. Back to Stats. Here's Loebner. Another three-pointer up. Off the front of the rim. No good. Controlled by Seitz. Gives it to Wrench. Ashton brings it across the timeline. Gives it to Schiller. Schiller to Seitz. Brady Schmidt. Seitz. Here's Schiller looking. Nothing there. Looking for a cutter. Gives it back to Seitz. Pass into Wrench. Ashton looking to post his guy up. Takes Shaw to the rep. And puts it up good. Ashton Wrench now up to 8 points for the Tigers. Tigers back to a 20-point lead. Here's Shaw. Kicks it out to Maytot. Maytot's long three-pointer. No good. Rebound and up and good by Loebner. Blake Loebner with his second basket. Fouls on Brady Schmidt, his second personal. Going to the free throw line for the old-fashioned three-point attempt, Blake Loebner. Here's Loebner's free throw. Off the front of the rim, no good. Schiller controls the rebound. Gives it to Wrench. Wrench quickly up into the front court to Seitz. Bounce pass inside, nothing there. Stolen away by Shaw. Shaw goes all the way to the basket, puts it up and good. Ryan Shaw up to 9 points. Lead now down to 16 again. Here's Seitz. Drives against Lieberg, goes all the way to the basket, no good. Rebound to Lieberg. Brings it down court, takes it all the way to the hole. That's up, no good. Hadlock with the rebound. Back and forth we go. Here's a kick back to Hadlock. Now Seitz over to Schiller. Schiller looking for a cutter. Nothing there. Skip pass to Seitz. Seitz's three-point shot up. Good. John Seitz with his second three-point basket. Puts the Tigers back up by 19 at 49-30. 14-15 remaining. Here's Schleifer. Dribbles it in the lane, goes to the basket, backhand layup, no good. Rebound to Hadlock. Gives it to Wrench, brings it across the timeline. Tigers set up their offense. Here's the pass to Seitz. Seitz looking, takes it all the way to the hole. Shots up. We're going to have a foul before the shot on the drive. Fouls on Nick Lieberg, his third personal. Third team foul against the Royals. Couple substitutions for the Royals. Back into the game for the Tigers is Bruzewitz. The Tigers basketball underneath their own basket. 13:57 remaining here in the second half. Here's the inbounds pass to Seitz. Gives it back to Ashton. Bruzewitz dribbles to the top of the key. Tigers playing catch around the perimeter. Here's Seitz. Gives it way back to Schiller. His long three-pointer, no good. Wrench with the rebound, goes up strong with the rebound shot. No good, falls off, and Schleifer with the rebound. Quickly into the front court. We're going to have a foul. I think the foul's Schiller with the foul, his first personal foul. Second personal on the Tigers here in the second half. Pass in the corner to Schleifer. Look inside. Shaw, not there. Stolen away by Wrench. So that's stolen back by Shaw from behind. Ryan Shaw all the way strong to the basket. His shot's up and good. Shaw now up to 11 points. Tigers lead now down to 17 at 49-32. Tigers running their motion offense. Here's Seitz, gives it back to Wrench. Takes his guy all the way to the baseline, goes up strong, good. Nice drive by Ashton Wrench. Ashton now up to 10 points on the evening. Tigers lead back to 19. Here's Wiedmeyer, gives it to Shaw, spins, stolen away by Zaleski. Zaleski gives it to Seitz, loses control. Goes ball back to the Royals on a turnover by the Tigers. A couple more substitutions in the game. Here's the Royals inbounding. Lobner. Back to Maytot. Maytot gives it to Schlafer. And we're going to travel. Turnover against the Royals. .29 remaining here in the second half at Stratford High School. Stratford with a 19-point lead. Here's Bruzewitz working against Schlafer. Brings it across the timeline, gives it to Wrench. Here's the pass underneath, kicks out by Schmidt and was deflected off Stats. It'll be the Tigers basketball. Tigers inbounding, pass to Bruzewitz. Gives it back to Zaleski, now Schmidt. Schmidt to Wrench. Bruzewitz, nothing there. Takes it to the basket, goes up strong. Basket's good. Drew Bruzewitz. His first 2 points of the night. Tigers now up to a 21-point lead at 53-32. Just under 12 minutes remaining. Here's a long three-pointer, good by Lobner. Lobner was held scoreless in the first half. He's got 8 points here already to start the second half. Here's a pass underneath to Zaleski, nothing there. Kicks it back out to Zaleski, to Wrench. Bruzewitz now gives it to Hadlock. Tigers playing catch outside perimeter, looking for the cutters. Now Wrench takes it hard to the basket, goes up strong, and the shot's good. Ashton Wrench with 2 points. Foul's going to be on Wiedmeyer. His first personal. Fourth team foul against the Royals here in the second half. Manny Schultz into the lineup for the first time tonight for the Royals, replacing Cade Stats. Wrench to the free throw line. His free throw's up and good. Ashton now 1 for 3 at the free throw line on tonight's game. 13 points so far. Here's a three-pointer, long three-pointer, good. Lobner. Nothing in the first half. He's hit 3 three-pointers here to start the second half. 11 points for Lobner. Here's Bruzewitz. Gives it back to Brady Schmidt. Brady shot, air ball, coming off the screen. Kind of forced it a little bit. Nothing there. Royals ball, 10:58 remaining here in the second half. Lobner brings it across the timeline for the Royals. Gives it to Schlafer. Schlafer working against Wrench. Now Seitz picks him up on the screen. Gives it back. Here's the kick back to Schlafer. Skip pass to Wiedmeyer. Royals working it around the perimeter. Here's a pass inside now to Shaw. Shaw gives it back to Schultz. Now back to Schlafer. Takes his basket up and good. JT Schlafer with his first basket of the night. Falls on Ashton Wrench, his first personal foul. Looks like Seitz may have twisted an ankle. A couple substitutions for the Tigers. JT Schlafer to the line for an attempt at a three-pointer. Royals have cut the 21-point Stratford lead now down to 16. Here's the free throw up by Schlafer, straight through. His first 3 points of the night. Stratford basketball, full court man-to-man pressure by the Royals. Here's Wiedmeyer closely guarding Bruzewitz. Now they got a trap. Gives it to Hadlock. Now back to Bruzewitz, and we're going to have a foul called against Wiedmeyer. That's Wiedmeyer's second personal. 5th team foul against the Royals here in the second half. 10:18 remaining in tonight's game. Stratford holding on to a 15-point lead at 56-41. Here's Bruzewitz, brings it up to Peyton Glenn. Gives it back to Schiller. Here's Braden's long three-pointer, straight on, no good. Rebound controlled by Zaleski. Zaleski has it stolen, and we're going to have a jump ball, and it's going to be Stratford basketball underneath their basket. Shaw tied up Bruzewitz after the rebound. Wrench back into the game for Bruzewitz for the Tigers. Here's the inbounds. Nothing there, gives it into Zaleski. Zaleski to Wrench. Now back to Schiller. Schiller gives to Peyton Glenn. Here's Schiller. Tigers playing catch on the perimeter, looking inside for a cutter. Now they get it to Wrench. He's starting to post up his guy. Goes to the basket, up and good. Nice strong move by Ashton Wrench. Fouls on Wiedmeyer, his 3rd personal foul. Nice post up by Ashton Wrench. Goes to the line for a three-pointer, and that's up and good. $16 points for Ashton Wrench, just over his 15.7 average per game. Here's the pass to Loebner. Loebner three-pointer, good. 14 second-half points for Blake Loebner after being held scoreless in the first half. Leads down to 14, still 15. Here's Wrench, free throw line jumper, no good. Controlled, and well, now we're going to have a loss and a foul called on Shaw. That's Ryan Shaw's 3rd personal. 7th team foul. Going to the free throw line for the Tigers will be Ashton Wrench. Ashton's 2 for 4 at the line so far tonight. Gives the free throw up, good. Ashton now up to 17 points. Here's the second free throw up. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound control, but Shaw brings it up quickly. Kicks it back to Wiedmeyer. We're going to have a foul on Peyton Glenn. That's Peyton's 2nd personal foul. 4th team foul against Tigers here in the second half. Royals to inbounds underneath their own basket. Gives it to Schultz. Back to Loebner. Loebner looks inside for the cutter. Shots up and blocked by Schiller. Here's a pass quickly up front to Hadlock. Looking for the cutter, nothing there. Gives it back to Wrench. Wrench posts his guy up. Goes up strong. Shot's good. Ashton Wrench. 2 more points. Here's Shaw. Shaw's up. His shot's good. Takes it strong to the hole. Nice moves. Foul is on Zaleski, his 2nd foul. Shaw now up to 13 points. 8:49 remaining in tonight's game. Stratford 62, Assumption Royals 46. Ryan Shaw to the free throw line. So far this evening, he's 1 for 2 at the line. His free throw's up and good. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Seitz gets it into Wrench. Brings it up to Schiller. Tigers set up their offense. Here's Hadlock. Over to Seitz. Wrench. Quickly to Brady Schmidt. Looking for the cutter. Nothing there. Gives it to Hadlock in the corner. Into Wrench. Wrench post up. Gives it to Hadlock. Goes to the basket. No good. Schiller tried to tip it in and goaltended, offensive goaltending against the Tigers. 15-point lead for the Tigers, 62-47. Tigers jumped off to a big lead early, and the Royals, this is about as close as they've gotten after the strong start by the Tigers at 15. Here's the pass. Deflected by Wrench. Out of bounds, it'll be the Royals basketball. 8:13 remaining now in the second half. Shaw gives it to Schlafer. Skip pass to Maytot. Maytot working against Brady Schmidt. Tigers still in their man-to-man. Here's Shaw working against Seitz, now picked up by Wrench. Gives it back to Schlafer. Inside pass going up strong, and we're going to have a foul. John Seitz with the foul, his third personal. Going to the free throw line for a couple free throws be Nick Lieberg. Nick is shooting free throws 58% clip so far this season. His first free throw's up, rolls around the rim, falls through. Drew Brusewitz into the game for a headlock. Wiedmeyer back into the game for Loebner. Royals now cut it down to 14, closest they've been since probably halfway through the first half. Here's Nick Lieberg. His second free throw is up. Good. Tigers lead now down to 13. Royals under full court man-to-man. Here's Brusewitz, brings it across the timeline, guarded closely by Schlafer. Gives it to Brady Schmidt. Brady kicks it over to Schiller. Schiller gives it back to Brusewitz, looking to drive, not there, gives it to Wrench. Wrench guarded by Shaw. Gives it to Brusewitz. Tigers are working it around the perimeter for a cutter. Here's Seitz in the corner. Gives it back to Brady Schmidt. Over to Wrench. Now in the corner to Brusewitz. Gives it to Schiller. Tigers working it around the outside. Running some time off. Also looking for the cutters. Here's Seitz. Now we're going to have a foul called on Wiedmeyer. That's his fourth personal. Going to the free throw line for the Tigers will be John Seitz. John, 36% free throw shooter for the Tigers. Here's his free throw up, rolls around the rim and in. Here's John with his second free throw attempt. That's short, rebounded by Schmidt. Kicks it back to Wrench. Wrench gives it to Brusewitz. Tigers set up their offense. Now running their motion. Here's the cutter, nothing there. Gives it back to Schiller. Schiller working against Maytot. Gives it to Wrench. Wrench takes it to the hole and good. Ashton Wrench. We're going to timeout. Tigers with the timeout. We'll take a quick message from our sponsors here on Zaleski Sports.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
All right, we're back here live at Stratford High School. Remember to stay tuned for our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. Hopefully get a chance to talk with the winning coach along with the player of the game. 6:43 remaining here in the second half. Assumption Royals basketball trailing by 16, 65-49. Tigers now into a half-court press. Here's a skip pass to Schlafer. Now skips it over to Lobner. Lobner looks to Schlafer. His jump shot's up. No good. Tipped out and controlled by Wrench. Wrench all the way ahead to Seitz. Seitz takes it to the basket, up and good. Nice look ahead by Ashton Wrench. Ahead to Seitz. Tigers break it out to an 18-point lead again. Here's the pass now stolen away by Wrench. And we're going to have a quick foul call against Schlafer. His second personal foul. Ashton Wrench back to the free throw line. Ashton at 21 points, 15 points here in the second half. Here's the free throw, but good. Ashton now up to 22 points on the night. Here's the second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Controlled by Lieberg. Takes it down the court, looks to get it inside, stolen away, deflected by Schiller. Tigers coming back quickly down court. Here's Zaleski. Back on top to Bruzewicz. Tigers now going to set up their motion offense again. Here's Braden looking. Nice bounce pass to Wrench. Hard to the basket and the foul. Nice bounce pass by Schiller to Wrench. Foul on Maytot, his second. Ashton Wrench back to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Here's the first free throw up. Rolls around the rim, falls through. Ashton now up to 23 points. Here's the second free throw. That's up. That's good. Tigers now up 20. 69-49 with 5:35 remaining in tonight's game. Here's Lobner, trapped, gets it inside to Stats, kicks it back outside to Maytot. Nothing there. Here gives it to Lobner. Lobner's three-pointer off the back of the rim. Not controlled. The blue ball. Royals basketball underneath their own basket. Now the call's been changed and they give it to Stratford. Here's Bruzewicz bringing it across the timeline against Lobner. Gives it to Brady Schmidt. Handoff to Wrench. Wrench back to Zaleski. Gives it to Bruzewicz. Now we got a foul called against Schlafer. That's JT's third personal foul. Going to the free throw line for the Tigers for 2 free throws will be Brady Schmidt. Brady's 2 for 2 at the line so far tonight. Comes into the game as 56% free throw shooter. Here's his first free throw up. Front of the rim, drops through. 20 points now for Brady Schmidt. Here's the second free throw. That's straight through. 21 points now for Brady Schmidt. Tigers back up by 22. 5 minutes remaining in tonight's game. Here's Shaw. Gives it to Lobner. Lobner looking inside. Nothing there. Gives it back to Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer to Shaw. Shaw in the corner to Lobner. Lobner's three-pointer. High arcing, good. That's Blake Lobner's 5th three-pointer of the second half. 17 points after being held scoreless in the first half. Lead now down to 19. Here's Wrench. Ashton with the ball. Gives it to Seitz. Back to Brady Schmidt. Bruzewicz. Tigers back into their motion offense, playing catch around the perimeter. Now we got a foul on Lobner. That's Blake's first personal. Bruzewitz is going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Six for 10 on the season so far for Drew. First free throw's up and good. Here's Drew, second free throw up. That's good. 4 points in the second half for Drew Bruzewitz, averaging 5.2 per game. 4:20 remaining. Stratford up 21. Here's Mayton in the corner. Trap gives it to Loebner. Loebner takes it to the basket. Travels. It'll be turnover against the Royals. Stratford basketball. Okay, Wrench bringing it across the timeline for the Tigers. Gives it to Bruzewitz. Schmidt, Seitz. Tigers back into their motion. Here's the kick inside by Zaleski. Nice strong cut and a good pass by Seitz. Cade Stotts with his foul. His first personal. Royals are over the double bonus. Back to the line, Zaleski. Here's Henry's first free throw up off the back of the iron, no good. .83% free throw shooter at the line coming into tonight's game. His second one's up and good. Henry now with 3 points. Tigers back to a 22-point lead. 3:45 remaining in tonight's game. Here's Maytot in the corner. Gives it down baseline to Loebner. Kicks it out to Shaw. Now back to Maytot. Long three-pointer. No good. We're going to have a foul on Zaleski. Fouls on Zaleski, his third personal foul. Royals are going to go to the line for a bonus. Hadlock and Schiller back into the Tigers. Cade Stats goes to the line for a bonus. 0 for 2 so far tonight at the line. Here's his free throw up, straight through. He'll get this bonus. Lead now down to 21, 3:35. Here's the second free throw off the back of the rim. No good, controlled by Hadlock. Gives it to Bruzewitz. Picked up full court by Maytop. Here's Ashton, Wrench, Zaleski. Tigers back to controlling it outside perimeter. Schiller, Hadlock. Looking for the cutter, not there. This time Wrench takes it to the baseline, kicks it back out to Zaleski. Hadlock, now in the corner to Bruzewitz. Tigers looking to run some clock, now gets it inside to Wrench. Wrench posting up. Tried to give and go and it wasn't there. Here's the kick, layup, no good by Shaw, controlled by Hadlock. Hadlock gives it to Bruzewitz. Tigers bring it across. 2:45 remaining in tonight's game. Stratford with a 21-point lead. Here's Hadlock, back to Schiller, gives it to Bruzewitz. Tigers playing catch around the perimeter. Running their Wisconsin offense. Gives it back to Zaleski. Zaleski hands off to Wrench. Bruzewitz. Here's Wrench, takes it hard to the basket, goes up strong and wins. Ashton Wrench with another 2. Gives him 25 on the night. Tigers ran motion offense perfectly that time, got an easy layup. Here's Maytot, takes it to the rim. Loses control, picked up by Bruzewitz. Bruzewitz brings it across front into the front court. 1:45 remaining in tonight's game. Stratford with a 23-point lead, 76-53. Here's Bruzewitz. Gives it back to Wrench. Hadlock. Cutters Nothing there. Gives it back to Schiller. Braden looking. Tigers looking to run some time off the clock. Here's the drive by Zaleski. Going to be followed by Stats. Zaleski back to the free throw line. 1 for 2 so far of the night. Here's the free throw, short. Falls off the front of the rim. Both teams with lots of subs. Tigers clearing the bench, Royals clearing their bench. Give some kids a chance that haven't played a lot so far tonight. Henry Zaleski still waiting to shoot his second free throw. Here's the free throw up and good. Final player into the game tonight for the Tigers, Ben Zilke. .24 lead for the Tigers, 1:20 remaining. Here's Chase Lieberg, gives it back to Schultz. Penetrates, nothing there, back to Lieberg. Schultz in the corner, looking to drive, takes it strong to the hole, kicks it back to Schlafer. His three-pointer from the corner is no good. Rebound comes to Zilke. Zilke gives it to Peyton Glenn, brings it down. We're under a minute remaining in tonight's game. Here's Caleb Wrench, sophomore. Younger brother, Peyton. Ashton, excuse me. Gives it back to Reed Miller into the game for the Tigers. Here, Wrench. Takes it down to the basket, shots up, no good. Zilke with the rebound, no good. Gets his own rebound, goes up, and puts it in. Nice rebound basket by Ben Zilke. That's Wiedmeyer's 5th personal. Ryan Shaw to come back into the game for the Royals. Ben Zilke going to the free throw line. His free throw high arcer is good. 34 seconds remaining. Tigers up by 27. Here's Schlafer all the way to the basket. Shot up and good. JT with 5 points for the... Here's Reed Miller. Gives it to Peyton Glenn. Looks inside. Zilke, nothing there. Stolen away by Schlafer. Schlafer into the front corner. Gives it back to Shaw. Shaw takes it strong to the basket. Layup is good. Ryan Shaw. And that's the ball game. Final score, the Stratford Tigers 80. The Assumption Royals 57. We'll take a couple words from message from our sponsor and come back with a post-game talk with our winning coach and a player of the game here on Zaleski Sports. Final score, Stratford 80, Assumption 57. Stay tuned for our Nasonville Dairy post-game report.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968. and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda, Edam, and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Today's Coach on the Couch is sponsored by Fleet Farm. Get the lowest Black Friday pricing at Fleet Farm. Find deals on fleetfarm.com starting at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, visiting today with Stratford boys basketball coach Kurt Schmidt. Coach, before we begin, just remind the audience how many years you've been coaching basketball at Stratford and what in the world keeps you coming back every year?
I believe this is my 25th year of coaching total girls and boys basketball at Stratford. And what keeps me coming back, it's the kids. I keep having good kids, good parents every year overall. And you know, you're not always the most talented always, but they want to get better. They play hard. And as long as they play hard and want to get better and want to be coachable, I'll keep coming back.
Yeah, your team last year seemed like it was coachable. I could see that they got better each week. You ended the season in a sectional semifinal. For most teams, that's a really successful season. What you know, you're a teacher. What kind of grade would you put on last year's basketball team?
Well, I think preseason yearbook we were fourth, I think, picked, right? And then to be first place till the very last game of the regular season. This group really exceeded my expectations. Now, I don't say that, you know, every coach wants to say that possibly because it makes them look better. That's really not true. That's not how I feel. I had kids that, you know, I had a decent number that weren't scorers, but the ones I had, they just did a great job. And then the other kids just did a really good job. They did their roles so well. They all accepted the role. It was like a symphony orchestra where you had the tuba player, you know, the drummer, and everything just worked together well. You had your scorers that were able, you know, you had a really good player come off the bench. Braden Schuler could have started all year. He gave up, you know, he sacrificed what could have been a starter, you know, just for the betterment of the team. Stuff like that. So he was our third leading scorer and he came off the bench. And part of that.
All right, back here at Nasonville Dairy postgame report. Head coach Kurt Schmidt after 81-57 win against the Royals. Coach, you got off to a great start, and Royals were never able to catch back up after the hot shooting in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, the guys shot well. I mean, you know, our team hit big shots, and, you know, we were defending today, and, we held them to some, their number 20 shot really, really well. But I was really proud of the offensive movement and the production.
It was nice to get scoring support from a couple different players tonight. Brady, obviously, the first half, we had a great 5 for 6 from the three-point arc, and other players were able to contribute and get some points also.
Yeah, I mean, and we talked about this before, where we know what some of them can do. It just hasn't been happening, and we got to do it in the game, and it was a good sign today with some of these other guys to step up and kind of share the scoring besides, Schuler and Ashton, who generally do the majority of the scoring. And that makes it for a nightmare for a defense when other guys start hitting shots.
One thing I will say about the Royals, they just didn't go away the second half. I mean, a couple times you had to lead out to over 20, and they got it down to 14, 15.
Yep.
And it looked like they had a chance a couple times to get back into the game, but just couldn't get over the hump where your defense kind of put the clamps down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, too, and you've seen us play for a long time, is you get a lead like that, we gotta get high percentage shots. Like, we gotta get layups, and I thought, like, Ashton and a couple of the guys really did a great job of isolating in the post with some dribble downs.
His post-up moves the second half, they just couldn't stop him the second half down low.
It was excellent, and that's what we were looking for in the second half, is get more of those and not settle for the three-pointer, because you can get more and ones, and Ashton and Schuler are really good finishers around the basket. So we were hoping to get those in the paint. And they did I thought, especially Ashton, with opportunities. He read things well, he used his moves well, and then he finished well. So he did a nice job.
One thing we talked about before the game tonight, both teams were coming in, had a tough stretch. You lose or survive with your last hit, but you played some tough competition.
Yep.
So it's nice to get out back into the W column.
It is, like everybody else says in the world, losing stings and winning feels good.
Congratulations on a good win. We'll look forward to seeing you down the road.
All right, thank you very much.
Brady? All right, here with Brady Schmidt, tonight's Nasonville Dairy Player of the Game. Brady, you got the team off to a great start tonight, 5 for 6 in the first half on three-pointers. What made it happen for you tonight?
It's just my teammates. They're getting me open looks, and then once I hit that first one, it just gave me a little boost of confidence that I needed from the year. And they did a great job of getting me open consistently. So.
You can come around those screens and square up to the basket so well, and that's what you did really well in the first half, squaring up and shooting some threes, and got to Stratford off to a big lead, and Assumption was never able to regroup after that.
Yeah. It's just constant practice, just working on getting my feet set. That was a problem at the beginning of the year. I didn't have my hands and my feet ready, so then this game I was able to get everything ready for when I caught that ball. I was able to shoot it.
So I know you guys have had a tough stretch here the last couple, some pretty good opponents, but you played some good teams, but it was nice to get back into the win column tonight.
Yeah, for sure. We needed this win, hopefully get things rolling for Friday against Abbotsford, and then on to some more tough conference games next week.
Congratulations on the win tonight, and look forward to seeing you down the road.
Thank you. I'm Brady Schmidt, and I'm in the house.
Congratulations. Nice job.
Thank you.
See you around. All right, back here for the Nasonville Dairy postgame report. Quick wrap-up. Tigers were led in scoring tonight by Ashton Wrench with 26 points. Brady Schmidt followed up with 21. John Seitz, 9. Braden Schiller, 6. 4 each for Drew Brusewitz and Henry Zaleski. Ben Zilke with 3 for a total of Stratford's 81. Assumption Royals, 57, were led by Blake Lobner, who had 0 points in the first half, 17 points in the second half. Ryan Shaw with 16. Maytot with 10. 4 for Wiedmeyer, 5 for Schlafer, 1 for Stats, and Nick Lieberg rounds out the scoring for 4 points for the Royals. Once again, the final score here at Stratford High School tonight, Stratford Tigers 81, the Assumption Royals 57. We thank you for joining us, Dan Leonard, along with Gavin Zolik tonight here on Zaleski Sports. Thank you and good night.